This episode of Fight Stories is brought to you by Absolute Nature CBD, bringing you the finest and all organic, all natural CBD oil and CBD oil products. Type in the promo code Goon Squad at checkout, save yourself 40%. Who's beating that?
No one.
Nobody.
We need to get Bad Boy to sponsor this too.
Yeah. Imagine we get sued for that. For just the nobody.
Oh fuck. They're not listening.
It melts out. Is he still alive, Lastman? Anyway, next
Yeah,
sponsor.
Mel Lastman's still alive. His son is running the ship over there, as far as I know. But
Okay.
but I love Mel Lastman's Bad Boy. That's a
Yeah.
cool. We gotta get them to sponsor a comedy tour.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Stories.
Okay, next one. This episode is also I'll get it right. This episode is also brought to you by Uncle Ronnie's Tea Bag, bringing you the finest teas, the finest and the funniest. Go to UncleRonnieTeabag.com. That's where we got all of our Fight Stories merch, including the specialty, special, what is it, fully licensed, legally licensed,
Officially licensed.
officially, that's the word, officially licensed t-shirts with some of our previous guests, including former NHL tough guy Trevor Gillies.
Yeah. So yeah, get over there, UncleRonnie'sTeabag.com.
Yeah.
Set yourself up. Sun's coming out. The gun's got to be coming out. You need the.
I gotta work on my white and red. The old Canadian flag going with the cutoff tees, right on the sides, white in the middle. Yeah.
Nice.
So, okay, so another episode of Fight Stories. Here we are. We got a good one lined up for you, my buddy Mark Demayo and your buddy JJ Whitehead. Huh? This is a good one.
Yeah. Oh, couple comedians. Your friend's yeah, he was a comic, right?
Yeah. Comic, cop, bunch of stuff.
Yeah. So we
Modern,
recorded
a
these
mom.
all in the summer, so it's trying to remember all these people that we've had on. I'm like,
I
wait.
know. Yeah. Both those guys are beauties.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that being a fun episode. So I'm looking forward to re-listening to it. And I was drinking a lot in the summer. I was
Yeah. You can tell some of the episodes, the hat's a little cocked, you know.
Yeah, I was a little messed up on some of those episodes. I apologize. Whatever. 2 months tomorrow. 2 months sober
That's right. You
tomorrow.
just get to rediscover it all over again.
Yeah.
So I went to the I had to go to an oh God, what do you fucking call it? I had to get an endoscopy. No, endoscopy.
Dude, I don't go to doctors.
Yeah, it's where they put the camera up your nose and go down your throat.
Oh man.
Because I've had like this sore throat for like fucking 2 months after COVID, and turns out it's acid reflux. But
I thought it was from S and Biden's D that entire election.
way to keep it clean so that we can keep the ad revenue going.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
S and Biden's D. So she tries to. I go, listen, I've got a deviated septum. I've been punched in the nose a bunch. So she's trying to get the camera up my nose, but it's all bent up, right? So she's like,
Punched in the nose by cocaine.
Yeah. She's like, oh, this side's a little tight. I don't know if I can do it. And then so she pulls it out. She goes to the next side. She goes, you kind of got to go up and then make a turn. It's like, it's funny how it's shaped. And I go, oh, you mean like my nose? And then she looks at my nose and she goes, oh yeah, because it's been broken so many times, you know?
Yeah.
That was a fun little doctor's visit. And then she goes, oh, and then I said, she goes, oh, is it shaped like that because of an accident? I was like, I just told you. I got punched in the nose a bunch.
She didn't believe you.
Yeah, no, but she was still trying to like PC it up. These people are just so used to, being prim and proper. She still couldn't
Yeah, she couldn't fathom
form,
that violence exists in your realm.
Yeah, that's right. Who is this gentleman?
That's great.
Yeah.
I saw what. Okay, interesting situation this morning. I wanted to tell you about this on the Yeah. So I'm at the local Circle K convenience store, picking up a couple Red Bulls. You
Yeah.
know how I do.
Early in the AM.
Yeah,
It's a long
exactly.
day.
Kickstart my heart. And I'm walking out of Circle K, and walking in is a woman that I know from town, very nice lady, very attractive woman. And, I would imagine she gets a lot of attention from guys. And so we say hi, whatever, as she's walking in. I'm walking out. Door closes, so she doesn't hear this, but this guy comes walking up. It was like he popped out of the bushes, just a little perv goblin. He pops out. This guy's about 5'7". He's
Yes.
got a toque, long, greasy hair, scraggly kind of beard. He's about 60 years old.
Oh, fucking funny.
Like to a T, the grimy roofer or construction worker, just a lifer type dude.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's treating it like we're on the construction site. He just looks at me and he goes, "I'd fucker."
You would, buddy.
I go, I go, "Oh, you would, eh?" Like, of course. And he
Yeah.
just looks at me again. He goes, "I'd fucker."
Like you did not give him the response that he wanted, you know.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And so, well, I know her, right? So, like, if
Yeah,
she had heard that, I would have had to smack the guy in the head because she's a really nice person.
yeah,
Yeah, that's on the job site. It's
yeah,
outside the convenience store. You don't know me.
yeah.
Now, this is where it's interesting. And nothing happened, but this is 1 minute before I walked through there. There was only one other guy that was out of his vehicle that was walking by. And it was this guy who is an absolute monster. He looks like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it's her husband or longtime boyfriend.
No.
If he had been 1 minute earlier on that comment, and that's who he would have said it to. It was either there's only two people in that parking lot, me and this guy,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
this guy doesn't play around. He takes him. So I know him from town. Like, I don't know him personally, but I just know him from
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he's one of those guys that takes himself so seriously, and he's
Yeah,
maybe the most overprotective boyfriend I've ever seen in my life.
yeah,
And
yeah.
if that dude had said that to him, he would have got drifted so hard. Like, just it was a game of inches between getting me and
Yeah,
getting that guy.
yeah. It's
Because
it's
like
funny.
that just rolls off my back. I'm like, whatever. She didn't hear it, and
Yeah, it wasn't your wife or anything ridiculous,
yeah,
you
it's
know.
just a stupid comment to make, but whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna correct that behavior with this guy. But if he had said it to the boyfriend, oh my god, it would have been tune up city, baby.
So where did the perv goblin, as you call them, where did he come from? Because I feel like
He
you know
was
everybody in
walking
this town.
around. So
But like where
there's this
but
sorry,
where
go
did he
ahead.
come from? Like he's not from your town.
I think he's from the town. Yeah, yeah. He's a
Okay.
he's a local dude.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
You've seen him
working.
around before.
No, I've never seen him, but like, there's my town's big enough that I don't know everyone in the town.
Oh.
They know me though.
Skokes.
Everyone knows Skokes, baby.
Yeah. That's probably why he was leaning into it. He was like, "Oh man, this is my chance to talk to the comedian."
Oh yeah, that you never know, right? You never
Yeah.
know. But I mean, I don't think I know. I don't think that I know that guy. It was just he was looking at me like, this guy's on the level.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
guy's
yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
guy
He's one of
too.
my own.
This guy's also a pervert.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Buddy, you would have caught me at 9 at night instead of 9 in the morning. We'd have a different conversation altogether.
Yeah. Hey, you got a smoke?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he just like he came out of the woodwork. Like there's Tim Hortons right beside it, so he probably was coming out of Tim Hortons, walking towards his work truck,
Yeah.
and oh my god! But if it was like if he was 40 seconds earlier and caught the other guy, dude, I'm just glad that guy didn't hear him say it to me because I would have got my ass kicked too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You had been party to it.
Just
Why
an
didn't you say something? Yeah.
innocent bystander.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's a big dude though. I bet you I know he would have drifted that landscaper for sure.
He's demoted
Oh,
now from a construction guy to a landscaper.
hey, don't landscapers actually higher up in my opinion because I work in landscaping.
Yeah. Because of the history.
Yeah. Nothing against construction workers, but I did work landscaping for a long time, so
you
I'm kind of an
know,
elite.
you know the mental strain involved. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so that was pretty funny. It's just a game of inches, right? You just say
Yeah.
the wrong thing to the wrong guy and to
I
like
wonder, how many times do those little interactions get missed where it's just so close?
Mhm.
You're getting your fucking. I mean, it's probably happened to me where I've got get my head kicked in 10 times.
Oh, and you don't even realize it. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just go through life
Yeah.
like it's nothing. Oh my god, yeah. I wish that I got to see that fight. That would have been so fun.
Oh man. Yeah, he just would be getting slapped against the wall.
Would have been
What if you're
swift.
totally misreading the guy though, and he's like, "Yeah, I did," and he just high fives him and gives him a little pat, and he goes in the store.
Yeah. The guy, the boyfriend, if he was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. No, he's not. He's not
He's not cool
like.
at all.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Like one of the most serious individuals ever. He probably doesn't smile because he thinks it's gay.
Oh yeah. Still,
I mean, it is smiling is pretty gay.
shaving your arms and chest, totally hetero.
Man,
All right,
that
man.
was my day. Yeah, just there's not
Sweet.
a lot going on. We're getting locked down again.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking bananas. How does Canada feel right now watching the rest of the world like, or at least us, going out? I was at the park today. Nobody was wearing a mask. My kid interacted with about 10 other kids.
Everyone's drinking jizz out of super soakers in Miami. Oh, looks like we're not getting that ad revenue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So glad that you wasted your S Biden's D only to drink jizz out of a super soaker. Yeah,
uh, we got to be funny sometimes, right?
yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, buddy. Well, let's get into this episode.
Mhm. Let's fire it up.
Oh, wait, one more second before we get into this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and comment and share and do all that other shit.
And make sure you hit the bell button because the bell button, besides subscribe, that will give you alerts every time our videos come up. So you'll get a little message saying, hey, there's a new Fight Stories clip. There's a new Fight Stories episode.
And we get
And
it.
then you'll be so excited that you hit play on it.
Boom. All right.
And then we're getting that ad revenue.
We're back. All right, here we go. JJ Whitehead, Mark Demayo.
Let's just get this thing going. This is Fight Stories. I'm John Moses, my co-host Tyler Morrison, my buddy Mark DeMayo, and Tyler's buddy JJ Whitehead out in LA. Hey, we're doing it. Normally we don't start off this way. We don't really talk topical, but these videos of Tyson shadow boxing and punching is all I can think about. I just ran like 2 miles and I'm in the shower like, I'll fight somebody right now. What do you guys think about Tyson, thinking about lacing him back up again?
It's fantastic, man. I mean, it depends. I mean, they got to find something soft and doughy for him to fight first fight, I assume.
Right.
But I mean, that's great. In this day and age, everybody gets to make a comeback.
I think the goal is to fight Holyfield again.
Oh, wow.
No, I swear. I think I even saw Holyfield being interviewed about it. You know what's funny? He's got to obviously fight somebody his own age.
Yeah.
When you're training, any athlete, somebody who gets back into working out, you're going to be able to do great in the gym.
Right.
And then if you start pushing it a little too hard before the fight, you're going to get hurt. So you're not going to be able to fight. So,
Yeah.
and then when you fight, it's, it's going to be, you're going to run out of, it's just.
Plus, it'd be really shitty if Tyson ends some 25-year-old's career. It's just, He's just starting, just on his
I'd be into
ninth
that.
fight.
I'd be into
I
that.
would love that.
And then
I would
Tyson just ends him.
Yeah. I'm more, because this bit where he was going to fight Tyson Fury or some nonsense. I was like, dude, you look good in the video for 30 seconds. Let's not get, carried away here,
Yeah, this has to be vetted properly. You don't want it to ruin Tyson's legacy. So.
Right.
Tyson Fury is Buster Douglas times 1,000.
Right. That's a good point.
Such and Buster Douglas was a great, when he wanted to, he could be a really good boxer, and that's what happened when Tyson lost. That night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fueled when Douglas. Didn't his mom just die? Like he had a lot of reasons to win that fight.
Douglas's mom just died, and Tyson had herpes or something. Or syphilis.
Wasn't Tyson suffering from not giving a shit as well?
Yeah, totally.
Apparently he was out the night before, but and he still almost knocked him out.
Yeah.
That was a long count, man. When Buster Douglas got knocked down, I think it was in the third round or something. That was a long fucking count, man.
Right. Yeah. Right. I remember Tyson's last fight where he just threw in the towel and was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I definitely don't. It would be nice to see him get one more to sort of like let that go out, but I don't want to see this guy come back and fight for any length, just keep it up and
it would be like an exhibition. I think it would be against somebody like maybe even a Michael Moore who might be anybody who's like can get into shape and who's his age. They'll have exhibition fights.
Right.
I'd love to see him fight Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what
That's
type
a great
of
idea.
shape any of these guys are in, but they'll get into shape to make some money. I can guarantee you that.
Oh, yeah.
Foreman,
6 months, they'll get it together.
George Foreman was the exception to the rule, though.
Right.
What he's inspiring right now is the senior circuit. You can have all these guys come back on the senior circuit.
Right.
Everyone would pay to watch.
Yeah,
why
for sure.
How many rounds do they go in the senior circuit? Because that's one thing you gotta
probably 3 rounds. Why not 3 rounds? Let them just beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah. I think that's all good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right, so let's launch into it. Mark, listen, don't tell any stories that's going to jeopardize your 401k and your retirement.
No, actually, I don't have any of those type of stories. I was figuring you might ask me about that, but I was lucky enough to go through my 20-year career without really having to put my hands on somebody. So.
Right, yeah. So Mark was an NYPD cop for a long time, but I always imagine you'd be the coolest guy to be a cop, always letting guys get away with it. All right, just get out of here and I'll do it again.
I mean, listen, I didn't really people get away with stuff, but if you gotta go, you gotta go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they kind of, you explain to them in a decent way, and they know what time it is. If you get for a long time I was in the warrant squad, so if you had a warrant, you knew you had the warrant. And then when I was investigating robberies, it was I was the middleman. It was a victim on the other end telling me they did it, so that was a comfortable feeling. When you have a victim on the other end of it, there's not too much I'm just acting on their behalf. Right.
Yeah, you're totally justified. You feel good about it.
Yeah, I like those type of arrests better.
Right. You know what? Mark, you're such an easygoing dude. I forget how big and imposing you are, but you never carry yourself that way.
I love that he's got his favorite type of arrest.
Honestly, I have a thing. Everybody has a pet peeve. I didn't like robbers or burglars.
Right.
I just hate people who steal. I have a fucking thing for people who steal.
Yeah.
Even now, I think of violent shit I could do to somebody. Fucking if I caught him touching my shit, it brings me up. I'll tell you. I'm supposed to tell a fight story here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
One you've been in, one you watched, whatever.
Okay, so I want to start it off by saying I'm not a violent person by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not confrontational at all. Which hurt me growing up as a kid because there was one incident, believe it or not, I was in a breakdancing crew. And I used to do like freestyle dancing. I know it sounds gay, but
Yeah.
and I had a partner. His name was Jimmy. I know that sounds gay too. And I used to spin him on my head. I know that sounds really gay, but. So after one of these dances that it just keeps getting gayer.
Yeah.
After one of these dances that we went to, for some reason there was another guy. We knew him from the block that we used to hang out on, but he was with a whole different other crew. And for some reason that crew got into a fight with our crew. But I didn't really know what was going on, and I didn't have a beef in this whole thing. So I kind of didn't, like, I was just in the peripheral. And then when it was all said and done, I just felt bad, and I just had a feeling like some of the guys that who were in my crew felt that that I should have fucking punched somebody or got involved, and I hated that feeling, and I swore to myself I'm never gonna get that feeling again. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking hitting somebody next time. I don't give a shit who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a horrible feeling.
You don't want them questioning you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and especially in my neighborhood, as I got out of the break dancing, I got into partying more and just hanging out. Like, for example, in the story where I grew up, I always tell people we used to play this game. You know, you ever play this game when you were a teenager called "What the fuck are you looking at"? You ever play that game? You ever hanging out around the corner, getting drinking and getting fucked up all night, just walk around the neighborhood looking for fights?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that. And even that I was uncomfortable with, man. The other guys used to do it, and I used to have to stand there like an idiot, but at least I was getting my jump.
You were
So then I got this car. I got a Cadillac. I got an 83 Coupe de Ville. I went to Brooklyn to get it, right?
Yeah.
Where else would you go get a Cadillac? And I had this thing with my car. If you hit my car, I'm going to fuck you up. There was no questions asked. I don't give a shit who you are. So I'm parked in front of Silver Screen, which was a nightclub in Astoria, and it was on Steinway Street in like 36th Avenue. And it was like in the middle of the week, and I was just cruising around Astoria. You would do your lap, you go down Steinway, you go down Ditmars Boulevard, you go through the park once, you do it again. You stop in front of Silver Screen. So I got this girl, she's hanging in my car. I'm kind of sort of double parked across the street from it. And I'm asking her, how is it? Who's inside? Maybe I'll park. Maybe I'll come in. Maybe I'll do another lap, whatever. And while this conversation is going on with this girl from my neighborhood, I hear this fucking car coming from behind me. And it's making this, those fucking little cars that go, wee, wee, wee. Those fucking, they take everything out of the car that makes it fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it sounds like they're going fast, but and I hear somebody driving like a fucking asshole behind me. So I look in my rearview mirror and I see this guy in a car going zigzagging in and out of the traffic, coming down the block.
Shit.
So I go back to talking to her, and then as soon as I go back to talking to her, boom, something hits my car. So I'm like, oh fuck, and I see the car take off. The guy hit my car. That same asshole that was fucking driving from behind me.
Yeah.
So I said to the girl, I said, I gotta go. I gotta fucking catch up to this guy now. And I remember I got this thing going. If you hit my car, I gotta fuck you up. So now I'm right behind this guy, and he's fucking flying down Steinway. I'm flying right behind him. So finally, after like 2 blocks, the guy pulls over right in the middle of the street and gets out of his car. It's this tall, skinny Spanish guy. He's got all the, whatever stupid beads that you could put around your neck. Back then, you know how they used to wear, like, fucking 3 wooden things and a fucking cross, and fucking whatever nonsense you could put together, and this fucking wife beater, like a tank top and shit.
Yeah.
But he was skinnier than me. I was already in the gym for a while. You know what I'm saying? I was pretty big. But I was like, fuck it, man. Here it goes. And in my head, I'm thinking, I got to come up with a plan. So while I'm getting out of the car, he's like, yo, why are you following me? I said, because you hit my car. And he goes, no, I didn't. And the plan is building up in my head. I said, yes, you did. And he said, where? And this is where it all came together. I said, over here. Come over here. And in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to get him to look at the car. And as soon as he looks at the car, I'm going to fucking hit him as hard as I can, right in the fucking face.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he goes, where? I said, right there. And as soon as when he looked, bam, I fucking nailed him. And then I just started taking him apart. Bang, 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 bang. I had him on the hood of my car, and I just kept hitting until he slid off.
Until he melted.
Like a fucking, just like a pile of, just a pile of fucking, stupid hood fucking Spanish nonsense. And then I used the hood of my car to start fucking pounding him with my foot. And then all of a sudden, another car driving the other way stops, and this kid jumps out. His name was Shorty One. His name was Jose Ortiz, but we used to call him Shorty 140 from 105th. That's why he lived on 29th Street, but that's what we used to call him.
Yeah.
I went to military school with Shorty. Like, he was in our breakdancing crew too. Like, I brought him in. He was a little kid.
Yeah.
This is years afterwards, and he comes over and he pulls me off this fucking guy. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like in a rage right now. I'm like basically like crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fucking put my shit together, and I said, "Get up, go get your fucking papers." And he's like, "Fucking what? Go get your fucking insurance." So he's like walking towards his car, and then for some reason, I looked at my car again. I got annoyed, and I ran up behind him, and wham! I fucking punched him again in the head, but this time my knuckle popped.
Oh,
gosh,
fuck.
I was like, "Fuck, motherfucker!" And so I said, "Fuck, man, this is gonna be a police thing. Do I really want to get involved in this? Let me just get the fuck out of it." And so I just jumped in my car and I took off. And wouldn't you know it, that fucking prick, he still didn't give up. He threw a bottle at my car while I was driving by. Like, to get away from me.
Yeah.
But I never felt better about fucking beating on somebody than I felt about that fucking dude. Like, that guy was like everything that I hated about fucking people all wrapped up in one.
You didn't at the start say that you don't like fighting, and then you described that story with so much joy.
This fucking bully who goes around fucking talking shit everywhere he goes. Do you understand the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, like, driving like a fucking reckless dickhead, hitting somebody, not giving a fuck, taking no responsibility. Yeah, I get it.
Being a fucking asshole, 99, fucking 23 hours and 59 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? Fucking talking shit, fucking being an asshole. And I never felt pleasure in my life. Till this day, I'm proud of that moment. The fucked up part is you think you educate somebody. And I did. The guy was probably straightened out for about a day. But they go back right away. I guarantee you he's annoying somebody. He's probably dead. But if he's wherever he is, he's probably annoying somebody right now.
Yeah, but a little less because you taught him a lesson. So he's gone through life that little bit less cocky. So
you know what? I punched this guy out once in college for being a dick, and I saw him again on Steinway Street, not on Steinway, on Bell Boulevard when I was a cop, and he was still being a dick. And that's when I realized, you know what? You can knock some sense into them. It only lasts a couple of days, man. And then they go back to being who they are. This guy was still starting trouble on fucking Bell Boulevard, drunk. I'm like, this guy never learned.
Right.
Jeez.
Did you, do you know how to throw, like, would you say you know how to throw hands?
Well, I boxed.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't learn really. I don't think I was boxing at the time when that fight happened, but not too long after that, I found I got interested in boxing, and I went to it was called Lost Battalion Hall on Queens Boulevard. That's where Kevin Kelly used to fight, and Michael Bent. He was a heavyweight champ, and he used to fight there too. You know, one time these guys came in the gym, and they, that's when I first started boxing. Yeah. And I'm hitting the bag, you know what I'm saying? The guy showed me, this Puerto Rican guy, Artie, used to show me how to hit the bag and shit. And all these fucking guys, they look like crack dealers, right? They come down to the gym, and they
never has the cop in you come out more in conversation than this podcast. He's like,
I still wasn't a cop. Listen, I still wasn't a cop yet. I was still before I went in the academy, and all these guys, these crack dealers, they look like them, at the time, the way they dressed and shit. They all came in, they all wanted to fight. Yo, we want to fight. We'll fight the best guy in here right now. And they're just talking shit. So, this guy Artie, who was teaching everybody how to box, he's like an old man. He's an old Puerto Rican guy. And he's like, come on, guys, just get out of here, fucking leave, whatever. And these guys.
What year was this?
Well, I went in the academy in 92, so I would imagine it's 90.
So was New York pretty fucking crazy back then in 90?
There was still crack and shit like that. I mean,
okay.
These guys were like intimidating looking. One guy came up to me, he's like, how much do you weigh?
Yeah, because that's fucking crazy to walk into a gym to fucking pick a fight. Like that's
wait till you see what happens right now. So then Michael Bent comes in. And Michael Bent was he's a professional heavyweight boxer.
Right.
I don't know if he was pro yet, but he won the heavyweight title. He knocked up. He lost the next fight, but he was good.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he hears this skirmish going on with these guys. So he goes, Artie, what's going on? And then Artie says, I don't know. These guys are fucking around. They won't leave. So he goes, what's up? He goes, yo, we want to fight. We'll fight anybody here. So he looks at Artie. He goes, all right, glove them up. Glove them all up. That means, put the gloves on all of them.
Right.
All of a sudden, they all got fucking like a little scared.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, we don't all want, only he wants to fight. So then it was just like one guy that wanted to fight. Okay. So now he doesn't want to put the mouthpiece on, the fucking headgear, take the gloves. He's got all these. Finally, he gets in the ring. Michael Bent comes out from the locker room, and he goes, I'm not even going to hit you in the head. The guy goes, you better go for yours. So the guy throws 3 Hail Makers like right away that he just kind of sort of dips out. And then he goes, whack, right in the stomach, right? Yeah. The guy goes, all right, good, I'm good. And then he goes, yo, you're the man. He starts hugging him. Wow. Michael Bent, yeah, man.
Body shots are vicious, and you don't usually expect a body shot. Everyone's thinking the head, but you go against a pro fighter, they know what it is.
Just dug him once. It wasn't even that hard. The guy quit right away.
JJ, what about you? What scrapes have you been in?
I'm going through all of them in my head now, but I too I was never much of a fighter, but when I was younger, I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
as Tyler will tell you, and you guys might even know, it's one of the fightiest places around.
It is,
military town. There's a lot of what the fuck are you looking at players there.
Oh yeah, let's get back to that for a second. Because I played What the Fuck Are You Looking At a lot. I was like, what the fuck? And people would just be like, yo, bro, what the fuck? My buddies would just piss themselves laughing,
Yeah.
I play that game with my wife in the kitchen.
Yeah. the other level is the what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck did you just say? Because that happens a lot in Halifax. I even saw that recently. When I was home I think 2 Christmases ago, I was home with some friends and we went out downtown Halifax and we were outside a club at like 2 a.m. and I think I was talking to a girl and clearly some of these what the fuck are you looking at boys hadn't had anybody look at them for a while.
Yeah.
So they saw me talking to her, and they just came over to me, and they immediately went, "What the fuck did you just say to her? What the fuck did you just say to her?" And it just turned into, "We're gonna protect this woman," even though it was none of their fucking business.
Oh yeah.
And that's when and then my friends just came over, going, "Yeah, maybe we should just walk away from this one," because you can see their swollen knuckles just looking for that. It's 2 a.m. and they're desperate.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 44.
No way.
How old were the guys? How old were the guys doing the what the fuck?
They're probably, I don't know, probably in their mid-30s, I guess. I don't know. I think. Well, in Halifax,
what the fuck in their 30s, huh?
What the fuck are you?
In Halifax, though, you start going downtown Halifax trying to get in fights when you're 19, easily. So
I know, but
sometimes
you hang them up around 25, 26,
Sometimes you can't put, but you should also not be talking to girls outside a nightclub at 2 a.m. when you're a Generation X. So, which I was guilty of, but it definitely still happens. So yeah, so Halifax is rough. So I remember a lot of fights that I used to get in Halifax because I'm also 6'3". So even though I'm not the fighter and never was the fighter in my group,
Right.
I had a couple of buddies who were good fighters. They were considerably shorter, so whenever we were out at the clubs, it would always be me first. They would pick me to do what the fuck you looking at.
Right.
And then they'd start, and then my buddies would usually chime in. And you reminded me, Mark.
What the fuck are you looking at?
What the fuck did you say?
They'd be waiting, man.
It's the who's on first of fighting.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Our best one was at Halloween when we were all dressed. My buddy worked at this place called the Citadel Hotel, and he had stolen all their uniforms. They all had kilts for uniforms. So me and my buddies, we were all dressed as Scottish vampires. That's the theme we went for that night in Halifax. So we all had these kilts on and these vampire at the top, kilt on the bottom. And we were at this club called JJ's. It's not around in Halifax anymore, but our nemesis, I like that you reminded me of the necklaces too, because there's this guy who always tried to fight me whenever we'd see each other downtown. And and this was our final fight and probably my most victorious one. I'm not even sure if I won many of the other ones, but in this one in particular, we were dressed as Scottish vampires because it was Halloween, and we're drinking downtown at this club called JJ's, and then boom, we got a little bit of what the fuck you looking at from these guys that we recognized. The fight poured out into the streets, and me and this guy ended up fighting over a car, like on top of a car for a while. And I was holding my own. I don't know if it was the alcohol, but I had plenty of confidence at the time, and I could confidently say I won. Not only did I win the fight, but I came away with his necklace. This was like late 90s, so it was a hemp necklace. And I remember walking away from the fight with this hemp necklace in my hands, truly victorious. I would say that was my best fight I've ever been for being a non-fighter, you know.
If you were a rapper, that would have been a gold chain, and that would have been like fucking something to say.
Oh yeah.
That would have been money. Yeah, not in Halifax. Any of the gold will just wash away.
This guy, you said you fought him before. Like, did you know who he was? Did you know his name and stuff?
Him and his friends. So I think his name was Jason, which is the same as my name. I think we had the same name, and it was just became this legendary thing. Like, better not run into that other Jason. And so we always hate each other. But yeah, I didn't know much more about they're from a different like school district or whatever than us. But yeah, we would always fight, and it was always definitely me and the other Jason would always start it. I didn't even know how. I think he had a drinking problem. I don't know how he's doing these days. But usually he would find me in the bars, and he was gone. He was half in the bag. You know, his eyes weren't pointing in the same direction. Usually whenever he'd try to start the fight with me. And then we'd fight in the bar, get kicked out of the bar. And by the time we got kicked out of the bar, our friends would be able to keep us separate. So that's that guy.
Buddy, what is your fucking problem with me? Why do you keep this shit up?
Yeah, every time. But he just kept coming like a fucking like a machine, just coming at me and not speaking, not justifying anything. He was just an asshole. Maybe I fucked his girlfriend. I don't know what he had to justify it in his head, but that was definitely. Right. That's the pre-comedy days. But I have to tell you guys the one since I've been a comedian, one of the close. I mean, I've had a gun pulled on me as well in the Philippines. A guy pulled a gun on me after a gig and threatened to end me. But that's technically not a fight. So
right.
The best fight I had, I had only because I won in the end. But it was at a nightclub. So it was at one of those nightclub gigs, you know, that has a comedy gig. Like the comedy show is in there, but it still smells of dirty sweat and beer and cheesy.
And then they end the show and like rush you out and start bringing in people to dance.
Yeah. So all the bouncers,
famous club
staff,
famous club in Boston does that every weekend and has for probably 15 years. You know. Right.
So yeah. So it's and a lot of the staff don't give a shit about it. The situation's weird. You're on a stage in the corner. but the sound system and the DJ booth is going to be more important in an hour and a half than the show. But I was doing this show, and some guy got offended, and he stormed the stage, and I mean, I couldn't see him quite through the lights, and he hit me, like, basically for the rest of my set, I had a hot ear, let's call it. So he missed me by millimeters, but took my cheek and my ear, like it felt like it was swollen. We had a little tussle on the stage. I mean, I punched him a couple times in the ribs just to try to get him to loosen his grip on me. He had his arms around my shoulder, and we're fighting. I wasn't feeling great about it because I was there to do a gig, so I wasn't incredibly happy. And the bouncers came and broke it up. So the bouncers come, they pull this guy off me, and he's still yelling and screaming he's gonna fucking kill me because he's totally misinterpreted. Like, I did a gag about like Cheerios or something, and he thinks that I've, talked about his mother. I don't know, but he was way off. I was happy that the bouncers pulled him off of me, but I did spend the rest of my set talking to the audience about how I'm like checking my ear to see if it's
So you finished this.
I'm like, I was like hot ear and everything, and I was like, this guy's gone. And then just as I was wrapping up my set, he came back in, and I could hear him, and it made it funnier anyway, because the bouncers, there's these two big bouncers, they were like keeping him at arm's length in a distance. So now I'm on stage and I'm just commenting on it, making fun of him. Dude's coming back, he's forgotten his jacket or some shit. Very, very polite conversation happening. Everybody's kind of watching, but then he threw a big right at the bouncer and took out the bouncer and managed to get around him. And then he starts running down the aisleway to me, and I'm like, I gotta say, I was in the corner, and I was going, oh, fuck me. And I'm just watching this angry dude who I know wants to throw another punch.
And he just fucking smoked the bouncer. This guy's got a head full of steam.
Yeah. Smokes the bouncer and starts running because the other bouncer was now running after him, and any other staff were like, oh, shit. So he had about a 60-yard run to come at me, and I didn't know what to do. I'm just freezing, like, this isn't going to be good. But but the speakers, because it was a nightclub, dance club, there's these low-hanging monitor speakers. And as he came full steam at me, and he came up like the 3 steps to the stage, he didn't realize there was this low-hanging speaker. Fucking knocked himself out right at my feet. It was one of the best gigs I've ever had. He just smokes himself. He's out cold next to me, and I just spent the rest of the gig going, yeah, that's right. That's right.
That is a great stage fright story.
It was very lucky. Very, very lucky.
That's one of those gigs too where you're like, fuck, I wish I was recording.
Yeah,
oh
entirely.
My God, that would now that thing would have 25 million hits.
Yeah. It probably is recorded now.
It's such a win. It's such a win.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you seen any wild shit when you're doing shows?
Who are we on it, Tyler?
Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? When you talk about that violent streak in you, man, that's something that never leaves you. I remember I was out with Harris Stanton.
Yeah.
And we were doing a talent gig. And my wife had called me up. So I went down this they got a band playing. It was the guy who was on the radio with him. He had a band. What was that guy's name?
I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right? When they were 98.7 Kiss.
Yeah.
So the guy who was morning show
for a little while.
Yeah, the guy whose morning show he had a band, so they're playing. It's really loud in there. I decide I'm gonna talk to my wife. My kids are small at the time. I go down this like ramp where I'm away from everybody and I'm on the phone. And then the bouncer comes over there, and I don't know what he did, whether it was with his hand or something, like, yo, come over here. Like whatever the fuck he did annoyed me.
Yeah.
Right, you just forget, like, because you just forget, who you're trying to be when somebody annoys you like that.
Yeah.
I was like, "What did you say?" He goes, "You're not supposed to be down there. Come over here." I said, "No. What the fuck did you just say to me?" Like that. So now I'm on the phone with my wife, and she knows how I am or how I used to be. So she's like, "What are you doing right now? Stop! Don't what are you doing? I'm like, shut up right now. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And he goes, yo, you're not. And then I could see him cowering down. He goes, yo, you're not, you know, like I'm 6'4". Like so is he though. But I'm like, yo, right in his face. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? Tell me what? He goes, you're not supposed to be down there. I don't want any problems. He said, I don't want any problems. I said, all right, just watch what the fuck you say to me. And then and Harry Stanton just happened to be standing right there. And then he goes, yo, what the fuck was that, bro? I said, I don't know, man. That fucking guy annoyed me. He goes, I never saw you like that before.
Yeah.
That side don't really come out. I try to contain that side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're like 6'4", but probably like when you were in shape, even like 10 years ago, what'd you walk around at? Probably like 240.
Well, that wasn't really in shape. That was like
But,
if I could be. If I could
when I say in shape, I just mean not you now.
I'm saying if I could be when I was 225, it was beautiful, man.
Right.
Ripped, shredded.
That's a lot of weight behind a punch. I was 6'3", 170.
I'm 225, but I'm 5'11". So.
Yeah.
The first part I ever got on TV, I played a boxer. It was in Danny Aiello's TV show. It was called Della Ventura.
Right.
And I was the co-star. I had like 8 scenes in that episode. And I played this boxer, and you know, I'm in the ring. Like if you want, you can see I get knocked out in the bar.
In that episode.
Yeah. This guy.
I gotta watch that.
There just happens to be boxing gloves at the bar. And then the guy wants to show me a lesson that I'm not really ready for this other guy, this fight that this bad manager's trying to hook me up with.
Yeah.
Then he knocks me out in the bar.
I want to see this now.
Yeah. What was the name of the show?
Della Ventura.
Okay.
But when I had to go audition for that, you know what I'm saying? Like they wanted to. I remember the callback was, okay, let me see you shadow box. So I started shadow boxing for Danny Aiello's son, who passed away, by the way. He was a really good guy. He was the fight coordinator on the show. And I did some shadow boxing for him. And he goes, all right, man, you got the part. And I was like, what? He goes, you got the part. And I was like, there was no way I was going to get this part. Like, I'm still in acting school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went for a fucking audition, you know, and I got the fucking part. I couldn't believe it. It's just like, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you ever see anything wild in all those hood shows that you played? Because you played a bunch, you know. Did you ever see anything break out?
You know what's funny is that God is always with me, especially when I was a cop and I couldn't get involved in shit. Remember, what was that place? The Times Square Art Center.
Oh yeah.
Remember
which was the Laugh Factory before it was the Times Square Art Center.
Do you remember the midnight show there? There was always somebody that didn't want to fucking pay their check, and there were all these fucking gang people there.
Right, because they would just park any piece of shit in there, yeah.
Yeah, somehow by the grace of God, I would always just leave, and they'd be like, "Oh, you should have seen what happened last night. They were fucking throwing chairs and all this shit." Right. There was one time where I was there, and there was a lot of pushing around going and a lot of choking going on. And somehow I managed to get, like, I was standing next to everybody, like I'm a part of it, and then I worked my way over to where the stairwell was, and then I just started going down the stairwells and out the door.
Like that's much more in tune with like the way I know you and picture you. Like, I'm out.
No, because I couldn't get involved. I couldn't get involved with nothing when I was a cop, because then they want to know why you're there. Why are you there? Well, I'm a comedian, you know.
What about the neighborhood growing up? You grew up in the Bronx, right?
No, in Queens.
Oh, Queens.
What about that?
Did you ever see this thing in the neighborhood?
You know what? The first time I ever saw a really good punch, man, we were at a dance, and there was a kid from the neighborhood had a girlfriend, and one of my friends said that when they were on a breakup, that she, you know, they fooled around.
Yeah.
So when we got to this party, we went down these stairs, and then there was a landing, and there was more steps going down. And then this kid came up, and he said to my friend, he goes, you better take that back, whatever you said. And then my friend goes, or else. And he goes, you better take that back, whatever you said about my girl, or else. And he goes, or else what? And as soon as he said, or else what, he hit him once in the stomach and then he hit him with a left hook. And I never heard a punch. Like, it scared me to like my, it fucked me up. And then he went flying down the stairs on his back and onto the dance floor, out cold like that. And I swore to myself, I said, I need to learn how to protect myself. And that's when I started going to the boxing gym, because I never want to get hit like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I would go on the tip. I didn't even tell none of my friends. And there was this other kid from my neighborhood. His name was Nick the Greek. And he was running around knocking everybody out. It doesn't make any sense, but if you hung out at a certain corner, and let's say you were taking care of the people in your neighborhood on that corner, and he wanted that corner, he'd come there, he'd punch you in your fucking face, and say, from now on, he worked for me, and that's the way it worked. And then he had never fucked with me to that point, and then one day he comes down to Lost Battalion Hall, that boxing place I was telling you about, and he's sparring with somebody. And from that point on, he had so much respect for me, because from that point, before that, he was just hitting the bag in his basement.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to practice on people, so he would knock people out.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Dude, you're hitting something, you're like, I want to see something on the other end of this, you know.
Yo, when he saw me sparring, and on the break of the spar, he goes, my name in the neighborhood was Fresh. He goes, yo, Fresh, you're doing your thing, bro. You're doing your thing, Fresh. Yeah. Nicky got killed. They shot him in Greece.
Yeah, because he was doing that fucking Astoria Queens bullshit in Greece, and somebody said, buddy, that's not how things go over here, you know.
Also, did he take the nickname Nick the Greek to Greece? They might have been pissed off about that. He might be the only fucking
just an open
American
as soon as he got
in Greece going, I'm Nick the Greek.
There was a lot of people in that I grew up with that were characters, and he was a good guy though. So
yeah.
It's just he respected the fact that I was actually in the gym.
It's funny. When I played high school hockey in grade 10, man, it was like I played house league my whole life and really didn't start playing contact till the year before. And there was a couple of times I got fucking smoked. I was definitely the worst player on the team that year.
Were you playing hockey?
Yeah. And I had a couple guys on my team who were fucking good, dude. There was this
How old were you?
I was probably 16.
16?
Yeah, and there was guys on my. Like, high school hockey in Canada, so you know, is not good hockey. It's not like the tier that you want to be in. If you're a real good hockey player, you're already playing junior. If you're in the States, if you're a good high school player, then maybe you go to college. But that's not the system in Canada. But we had guys in our high school team who were getting letters to like Wisconsin and stuff. And one of those guys who got a full ride to Wisconsin blew it because he was up on a murder charge that he beat. So, and that fucking guy wouldn't even look at me in the dressing room until I got in a street fight like 3 years later with one of his buddies. And then the next time I saw him was in a 7-Eleven. He came up to me and was like, yo, Red, man, so good to see you. And I'm like, who the fuck, where are you coming from now? You know, it was totally like that episode of Bugs Bunny where the little dog's following the big dog. He's like, ah! And then the fucking little dog busts somebody's ass. And then the big dog's like, go, ah! being his sidekick, because I wanted fucking nothing to do with him at the time, you know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hockey players are, they're tough guys, man. I used to work out in the gym where there was a New Jersey Devil that used to work out in my gym, and he was a little guy, man. I used to walk through the gym. If you didn't move out of his way, he fucking he fucking hit you.
Yeah. Wait. Was it
I got to know him, and he used to let me spot him.
Wait. It wasn't the Devils. It was the Rangers. You know who it was?
No, New Jersey Devils.
Oh, okay.
New Jersey Devils.
Oh.
I think his name was like Steve Smith or some shit. This
Right.
guy, He was a fighter. He was a tough fucking guy.
Yeah.
This is like in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right on.
Well, you know who?
They were a good team, man. This fucking guy used to walk around the gym. If he didn't get out of his way, man.
Not Scott Stevens.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, yeah, he's not
the greatest hockey hitter of all time.
Scott Stevens was fucking nails. Did Eric Lindros. Ended him.
Yeah. He was.
And he could lift like he was a gym guy.
In a gym full of 250-pound guys, everybody would move out of his way.
Right. Yeah, they smelt him coming.
Yeah, no, he everybody got to know him, and it was cool after that. But
right,
if you didn't know him, you knew that to give him his space when he's walking because he's not going to move.
I went to university with Jody Shelley.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the last fighter role player in the NHL. Right. He fought his way all the way to the NHL, but so I'm not even sure if he went to Dal. Like I think he was on the Dal hockey team, but he was always around in Dal. He was friends with my roommate because he's from the South Shore. So they were from the same neighborhood. But he's a nasty man to be around if he has to be. That man can fight. Jody, I don't know if you've ever seen him, but
was he a smart put together guy though? Like you said, you saw him in university.
I think he was. No, I don't think he was. I don't think he was at university for the brains. He was there to play Tigers hockey, Dalhousie Tigers hockey.
Gotcha.
And he literally went on to fight his way all the way to the NHL. Like I don't think anybody mapped it out for him. Like
Yeah.
I think even if you're a role player on a college team, it's not.
Yeah. Not really what the fuck is that? Yeah. Exactly. What the fuck is
Then like boom, 5 years later he's fought like. But, he's just a great fighter. You become a crowd favorite, whip everybody into a frenzy, and they love you. And, I don't remember what his first NHL team was. And
somebody sees you one night, and there it goes. Then you get to the next level.
He built a pretty good career for himself, man.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fought Probert like 3 times in one game, I think. Like,
did he? Wow. Yeah.
I think it was. I know it was. He fought him 3 times. I don't know if it was in one game, maybe twice in one game.
I mean, he's a large dude as well. But if we had a party or something, I had like 5 roommates. We had a big house in university, so there's like 5 of us in this place. If we had a party or something, and Jody would show up, just like there's a mountain of a man in the middle of our living room that can knock you out at the drop of a hat.
Right.
Everybody just.
You hope he goes home with it.
Did you ever see him get? Did you ever see him get into it outside of like off the ice, like into any altercations or?
Yeah, because he was also a bouncer. So he was a bouncer at a bar down in Halifax called It used to be called Brandy's. It's called, and then it was called Bubbles for a while when the Trailer Park Boys were huge. Trailer Park Boys bought it and changed it. I don't know if you've been down there, but it's that bar. It's right next to the Palace, the Palace is open. Or used to be open till like 4 a.m. or whatever. It was the last chance for romance. And then you had Brandy's next door. So a lot of the hockey players and stuff would hang out in Brandy's. And on a lot of we used to see him having fights and throwing people out of the bar while saying hi to us, which is always surreal. He could still hold the conversation with his casual friends while kicking the shit out of somebody. So always thankful to have him on our side.
Oh, for sure. And you've done stand-up like extensively throughout Europe as well, right? Like you've traveled pretty much the whole world doing comedy, very like international stuff. What's the most dangerous city that you think you've been to doing comedy?
Cardiff. Cardiff in Wales is. The Welsh are great, but it's just a rough rugby city, and they're very, very fighty, especially in the audience. One of the biggest. I've seen a whole audience of 300 Welsh people at a stand-up comedy gig, and a big fight broke out, and I swear to God, about 250 of them were involved in the fight. I just looking around going, which one of these, like, who's not in this fight right now? It was absolutely, It was absolutely insane. And I saw the way it started was there was 2 rugby teams in. And it was Christmas time. It was a Christmas gig, and because
They just
the
got
Welsh,
No,
the Welsh
no,
love.
no Christmas moratorium on the violence this year.
Yeah, the Welsh love a good. Yeah, well, the thing about the Welsh love a good fight at a comedy gig anyway, but also Christmas gigs. I mean, come on, only 10% of the audience is fans of comedy.
Right.
The other 90% are usually there because it's a corporate due or their boss paid for the tickets or whatever. It's a Christmas thing. So they were just kicking off royally. When I was on stage, we had to cut the gig a little bit short because the 2 rugby teams started to fight each other, and the bouncers had to get in between each other. And I remember counting down, going, "Okay, well, this is just not gonna happen. I'll just wrap it up. Wish you all a Merry Christmas," and get off. And the yelling and screaming continued. And the bouncers were breaking up the fight between these 2 rugby teams. But in Britain and Wales and stuff, they have breaks between the sections of a comedy show, right? They'll have 3.
Right.
They have comedian break, because they don't have waitress service. They have, instead you go to this big long bar back there and get all your drinks. So there's a break, and then I was just talking to him about this earlier. I said I was going to tell the story. So it all started kicking off, and Jim Jeffries was headlining. He was due to come up in the closing section. So I had done like the middle section, and they were all kicking off. But by the time Jim was on, and Jim did a few offensive jokes just to set the mood, and there's something about his offensive jokes, they kind of united the rugby players, but against the bouncers. So now it wasn't the bouncers breaking up the 2 teams. Instead, it was like everybody for themselves, and they were all going after these bouncers. There's probably a team of like 12 bouncers there. And now they started fighting. I'm at the back of the bar at this time, just drinking and watching, and it's all hell is breaking loose. And the girlfriends of the rugby teams.
I was wondering when the chicks got involved. Oh,
the girlfriends all got in. Everybody's kicking off. Jim couldn't get off the stage, so and it's still one of my favorite moments because he couldn't get off the stage and he couldn't finish a joke anymore. He literally sat on the stage and just started singing, "So this is Christmas, and what have you done?" and he just sang all of it, like from end to end, while chairs were flying. And that was our And I mean, we were living back
Jim
in
Jeffries right now.
Holy cow, man! It was unbelievable. But that is the big one. The Welsh have a street called Chip Alley. It's called, and it's like about 400 yards long, but it's all full of fast food places and stuff. Yeah. And it runs. I don't want to say runs with blood. It makes it sound really, really violent. But Chip Alley, you go to Chip Alley in Cardiff anytime after say 10 at night, right, until 4 in the morning, and there's fights everywhere.
Oh my God, dude, we got to do Edinburgh, whatever it is, and then we got to go to Chip Alley and do a live episode at Chip Alley, and then just talk to people.
Yeah, you'll see it, man.
That's brilliant. You should do that for you. Are you up at 100 episodes yet?
No.
Not yet.
We're probably at like 50 or something. Yeah, that's a great 100th episode. You're right.
It's a big trip. You can play from now.
Yeah.
Jim Jeffries has one of the more famous heckler fight videos on YouTube that went viral. Did you happen to be at that gig too, or was that?
No, I wasn't at that gig, but I was his roommate at the time. I was with him when he came home and told me about it, because we were living in Manchester, and. Well, yeah, I mean, Manchester's it's a rough place as well. We actually lived, it's quite funny, when we moved up to Manchester, we moved from London to Manchester. So it was me, Jim Jeffries, and another Australian comedian called Steve Hughes, who's
oh yeah, Hughes is hilarious.
He's quite great. So we were all living in Manchester. It was more affordable. We had a bigger place, but we lived really close to Moss Side in Manchester, and any British people will know that is one of the dodgiest places in Britain. We lived and famously he got burgled as well while we lived in Moss Side. I was in Australia at the time, when we got burgled, these guys broke into our house in Moss Side because they thought we were drug dealers because they had watched the patterns of us leaving and coming back,
God,
like leaving late at night. Because it turns out stand-up comedians
people fucking Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and so many break-ins, dude. I swear to God.
Yeah, they're casing the joint. So yeah, they saw us coming and going. They thought we were drug dealers. So imagine their disappointment when they break in and just see a bunch of comics trying to make
watching Benny Hill reruns.
yeah. But the one you're talking about, Tyler, is that Jim famously got this guy just charged out of nowhere. That's example out of the lights too, because you can tell that Jim couldn't see what was coming. So it's at the last minute, Jim's still going, "Hold on, mate," and that guy's already cocked and swinging at him. And then they had a little tussle, and then and Jim left while the bouncers all broke it up. And then Jim came back out actually and finished that gig. That was quite great too. I think Jim comes out and finishes it, doesn't he? And then he goes, "You guys don't know this, but I travel with him." Whenever the gig's getting tough, I get him to throw a punch at me.
Nothing like a little physical comedy.
Yeah. Man. The British they're a fighty people, man.
I love it, dude. You know, and I do think a part of that comes from the fact that there are no guns over there, or at least relatively few. You know what I mean? It's like, you're just going to go out and settle it in the streets, and a very hardcore alcoholic culture. But I mean, it's the same thing up in Canada. You know what I mean? It was like you go out and fight.
I have a joke about that in my act about how they don't carry, the Bobbies don't carry guns.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with they're very polite. They're not scared to fight.
Right.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not scared to fight.
It's like the first reaction, they kept taking tools away from us. You know what I'm saying? We used to have like a nightstick that you could use, and then there was a little baton that you had.
Right,
Little by little, they started taking everything away. So if you can't handle yourself with your hands, the first thing you do is go for your gun.
Right.
Like, I would never think about that because I could handle myself with my hands.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they can't over there. So if there is a tussle, it's not the end of the world. It's a fight. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's something I don't get, Mark. Why isn't pepper spray used more often as a faster choice in a deterrent to de-escalate something, or is it pepper spray too uncontrollable? Is that why they can't do
I think it's because you're worried the other guy's got a gun, probably, right?
Well, I don't know if
it's in your eyes too.
Got respected. You know what I'm saying? It's almost, and it could, depending on which way the wind's blowing, it could affect you.
Right.
So the taser seems to be like a big thing right now. They don't hesitate to go to the taser.
Yeah, the taser's a good move.
Yeah, like that's something I regret, that I retired before I got a chance to use the taser on somebody. It wasn't really a big thing, like it just started coming out when I was phasing out.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to fucking taste somebody, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Mark,
here's a question for you. Have you ever seen two chicks go at it?
Yeah, I remember one time we were in a club it was on Queens Boulevard. Goldfingers is there now. I think it was called Phase 2. And they had an upstairs, but they had a downstairs too. And me and my friend Chris, we used to call him Maimu. We still call him Maimu. That means monkey in Greek. So we're downstairs and we're having our drinks over there. And then all of a sudden, two chicks start fighting. And they're going off, right? And then Chris, my friend Chris Maimu, he dives onto the carpet, the floor, and he's crawling around over there. So I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck you doing?" He goes, "Yo, when chicks fight, they always lose gold." And he's picking up gold. I'm over here looking at a titty. This guy's picking up gold from everywhere.
There's gonna be money here.
That's great. Well, back to the taser thing. I was doing a show in Barrie, Ontario, which is just north of Toronto, and I'm closing it out, so I'm doing like a 40-minute set, but I have this like closing bit that I've been working on, and I specifically was doing this room to work on this bit, and I'm getting into that. I just started up the bit, and some shit starts happening outside, and there's this fucking guy who's all drugged out, going crazy, and the cops roll up, and they're fucking tasering this guy, and it's like a fucking light show out there. Like they gave it to him, and he keeps getting back up, and like they couldn't bring him down at first. Like he's on something, and everyone in the bar got up and just went out and watched, and I'm on stage. No one's in the fucking bar anymore. I can't see Michael.
Dude, I love that he's getting tased and he's just getting stronger. He's just like, oh.
They're ruthless with this guy. It was bad.
Did you finish the bit?
Oh yeah, I did, but no one was in there.
Yeah. Sometimes you can do it without wording.
It goes alcohol, people getting tased, stand-up comedy. That's how the public feels.
Yeah, you learn very quickly how important you are as an entertainer.
Yeah. Dude, I would leave to watch somebody getting tased if I was performing. I'd be like, all right, 5-minute intermission, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, fellas, we've been going at it for a while. Is there anything else that you never got a chance?
Well, you know what? You asked if you've seen girls fight. I was gonna say I have a scar in my eyebrow from watching girls fight, but I wasn't. Me and some friends. This is actually outside of Brandy's, where Jody Shelley used to bounce. Another good old Halifax. Everybody's yeah. Me and some boys, we were watching two girls go at it. This is just at the base of Citadel Hill, which is quite famous in Halifax. So when all the bars let out at a certain time, these two girls were fighting, two very tall women going at it, and we were captive. We were watching, you know, we were whatever 20 years old, watching and giggling while they fight. And then one of them noticed us and wasn't impressed with that we were entertained. And she started chasing my friend around. Now, my friend, I'm going to say that he's 5'7", I'm going to say. But I pissed myself laughing because she started chasing him. And he, at one point, stopped and ducked, and she went over him. She went over him. And then he ran back to us. Now, he's giggling because he's managed to duck under her legs, and I'm laughing now, and he runs past me, and he's turned around, and now we're walking, and so he's walking backward looking at me, and I'm just walking looking at him, and I thought I had nothing to do with him, but at the last minute I saw his face drop, and he just kind of pointed because now the girl was coming after me, and I didn't know, and just this hand came over with a key, and it luckily got me in my it got me in my eyebrow, and so I still carry that scar to this day, just in my eyebrow. And I was driving that night as well, so it was just dripping blood all the way back to Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, Sidney Crosby town, with this blood because this girl just didn't like us laughing at her. But it was, if you saw my friend go between her legs, it was hilarious.
This is an Ovechkin podcast, just so you know. But the Novi town. All right, listen, fellas, thank you so much for doing the podcast, man. I love talking to you guys about this shit.
Yeah, you guys have anything you want? You guys have anything you want to plug? I know JJ, you got a comedy album coming out.
Yeah, I got a new album come out. It goes officially on sale on Monday, but right now it's on a pre-sale for $5. So if anybody likes stand up, or you can check out my old stuff for free on Spotify or whatever, and see if you want to throw $5 for a
$5 driving down the market.
$5 for a couple days. It'll go up to whatever the
iTunes good
on Monday. But until then, I got a deal.
$5. Right on. Mark, what's going down with you, man?
I got a podcast that I do with my buddy Bill Cannon. He's a retired homicide sergeant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Police Off the Cuff. And we're on a new platform called Inside Blue 360.
Oh, cool.
We drop new episodes every Friday. It's just tremendous guests.
So you're talking to other cops and law enforcement people and shit like that?
We have cops, we have prosecutors, we have journalists.
Oh, cool.
Professors coming in. It's all law enforcement. We keep it lighthearted and funny.
Right.
It's not really
the opposite of this podcast.
Yeah. It's a gag, really. We're just having fun like
Cool.
just cops telling war stories and shit. But
Cool.
so that's what we're doing.
All right,
Thanks.
sweet.
Right
Thanks
on.
for
Check
having
that
me.
out.
By the way,
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Thanks for doing it. Both of you guys. Thanks a lot. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Cheers, fellas.
Right
Have a
on.
good one.
All right,
The
fellas.
best guy.